Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. Last week we talked about the Steelers offensive line and their just outright horrendous performance against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Talked about how uncomfortable this line looked adjusting to new offensive line coach Pat Meyer and his system, his teaching, his overall core philosophies and principles. Watching the Lions game this past Sunday, I thought certainly there was growth and progression and a bit more comfort when it comes to this offensive line. Still problems, still a ways to go, but I thought in particular, right guard James Daniels, who has struggled mightily all summer, all the way back to training camp, and also against Jacksonville last weekend, he in particular took a big step forward. I want to go through a bunch of clips today from that Lions game to show the progression and what exactly that looks like. In last week's video, we talked about how the guard sets whenever the center slides away, and that's an on-body set or an off-body set. In this case, Daniels, the right guard, this is going to be an on-body set because the inside foot of the defensive tackle is to the inside of the outside foot of James Daniels. So the one tech here, the inside shade, that's going to be an on-body set, which is the most aggressive set going forward with a really initial punch in that first significant contact that Pat Meyer wants. So I'm going to run this one through. You're going to see a really aggressive set with independent hands. Pat Meyer, a big proponent overall of independent hands, less so of the two-hand punches, the old school quote-unquote punches. And so you're going to see Daniels' first punch, and I think Meyer calls it a joust with the right hand, and then bring the left hand as well. So I'm going to slow this one down. And again, on-body set, the most aggressive set that Pat Meyer is going to ask his guys to do. Watch the right hand, maybe a little wide here initially, but good first contact into the chest. Bring the left hand as well. Keep his feet moving. Stay square to the block. That's a good rep overall. Want to look at it from the aerial view, and again, you're going to see that really aggressive, take about a step forward set here on this on-body set. So run this thing through. And you see that really aggressive set overall. Not going to back up, not going to even set flat, but go forward a bit here. Independent hands. We'll look at it one more time from this view. You're going to see the right hand shoot first, and then bring the left hand as well. So there's the right hand. Left comes as well. Good first significant contact here. He's in control of this block the whole way. It's a good rep overall in pass pro for James Daniels, this on-body set against the one tech. Same thing in this clip. It's a three tech here in the B gap, but this is an on-body set. Inside foot of the D tackle to the inside of the outside foot of the guard. Center sliding away. So James Daniels on-body, most aggressive set Pat Meyer's going to have, and a really good rep overall. And that's a good punch. And we're going to watch here on this bull rush, and a really good throw by Trubisky. By the way, this is a long catch that Deontay Johnson had. We're going to watch a hop step here. That's how Pat Meyer teaches defending the bull rush. We're going to hop back. We're going to give a little ground to be able to re-anchor and stall the rush out. So again, on-body set here, really aggressive. Decent punch overall to start. Going to re-punch with that right hand. And as he gets walked back a little bit on the power, he's going to leave both of his feet on that hop step. And typically, a lineman will need two hop steps to stall it out, but here Daniels only needs one. We're going to look at it right there. Just a little hop step, give a little bit of ground, just to be able to re-anchor and reset yourself. If you've seen the clip on Twitter of, it was Cam Jurgens against the Eagles nose tackle Jordan Davis, and you see Davis take him for a ride, you see Jurgens hop back. That's the hop step. It didn't work in that case because Davis is just so massive, but that's the hop step you'll really see clearly. We're going to see it right there, just one little hop step to be able to stall that one out. Seals it enough. Good pocket for Trubisky, who makes a heck of a throw. So really good rep there. Again, with the on-body set, with the hop step, all the things that Pat Meyer teaches. Later in the game, and I really like this view because you can see the hand usage from James Daniels a bit better here. So another on-body set, defensive tackle on Daniels' body. We're going to go with that aggressive set here. One issue that I showed last week was Daniels' hands being too wide. Pat Meyer does prefer a wider punch than, again, the old school, really tight elbows, thumbs up kind of approach. So I think there was an adjustment from Daniels of we wanted maybe a bit wider hand placement, but not too wide, obviously, because we have to create first significant contact. And so Daniels' hands were too wide. He was not getting a good punch. and he was getting run back and just really getting himself into a lot of trouble. You see a lot better hand placement here, tighter hands overall, maybe a little wide initially, but that first punch there inside the numbers, inside the chest of the D tackle, and even at the very end here, watch Daniels tuck that right elbow in just to be able to create more power and torque and better placement overall. It's a little hard to tell. The angle's not great overall, but watch that right hand as he gets pushed back a little bit here. He's going to tuck that right elbow in, and that helps him stall this one out. I can look at it from the aerial view here, and it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see him kind of tuck that elbow in to make sure he's creating his power to stall that one out. The set here probably is not as aggressive as it needs to be, and there is no hop step from Daniels to defend this bull. So, again, I think there is some work to do overall in terms of the set. I think he was a little too passive in catching this one a little bit, but the placement was better, the hand use was better, and you see him there retuck that right elbow in, and that stalls that one out, so he does not get run all the way back into the pocket. So, again, is it perfect? No. Is it progress, though? Yes, and that's the key. I know it sounds like Pat Meyer's system is super rigid and you can't break any of his rules, but Meyer's really flexible. Just like any coach, though, there's going to be core principles and a way of doing things that he's going to teach. But after the initial set, basically, Pat Meyer doesn't care how you get the job done, just as long as you get the job done. You're going to probably see some butt blocks this year that are going to look really funny, but they're actually going to be taught by Pat Meyer. We can probably look at that later in the year. So James Daniels here, he uses an on-body set. This is close to being an off-body set here based on the placement of the leg here from the defensive tackle. But on-body set here from James Daniels. Last week, he got beat really bad on one of these. Just whiffed on the initial punch. His feet stopped, and he just got absolutely cooked. A lot better here. He does get beat initially, but the recovery is really strong as that tackle spikes inside. And again, as these tackles go inside, two-hand punch, try to seal, and a nice job here to recover by James Daniels. Is it perfect? No. Does he get pushed back? Sure. I mean, I get all that, but Pat Meyer says crap happens, only he didn't say crap. And sometimes you just have to get the job done. You stay in the fight, you keep your feet moving, you keep using your hands, and it's good enough here on this rep. The hands are tighter initially. I like to see that. The set is good overall. Again, I think these on-body, more aggressive sets with the Steelers system, what Pat Meyer is teaching, is a lot better against power rushes, against bull rushes and long arms and things like that. I think it's less effective against swipes and more finesse-type moves that are designed to go around as opposed to through. So that's going to be the issue. But I think it's a really nice recovery overall by Daniels to keep his feet moving, gets back square and in front here. Does he get pushed back some? Sure, but it still keeps the pocket overall. The way that Pat Meyer talks about it is kind of like a dish bowl shape, and so we'll see at the end here that's still kept and maintained, although it doesn't look quite as clean as maybe you would like it to. But overall, for Trubisky on this play, just that nice kind of, moon-looking, bowl-looking shape here from the offensive line, and Trubisky's clean on this play. And the hurdle from Harris, I could have done without here in the preseason. Another example, Daniels the right guard, off-body set. So Daniels is going to set flat, not back up, not come forward, but not back up either. But good first significant contact, good punch overall, and Daniels really controls this rep from start to finish. The ball comes out pretty quick, so it's not a prolonged, pass rush battle here for the D tackle or pass protection for James Daniels. But good contact here. Maybe that left hand, they're kind of jousting a little bit overall, but Daniels, good hand placement here. You win early. That's going to be the mentality for Pat Meyer for this system, is that first significant contact, good punch here, ball comes out, and Trubisky throws the incompletion, but the PI is called on Detroit. And to look at it from the aerial view, we're going to watch Daniels work independent hands. And so it's a little harder to tell in the end zone view, but you're going to watch independent hands here. Left hand first, good punch, that first significant contact here on this flat off-body set, then the right hand. That's a really good rep overall from James Daniels. That's putting everything together, the footwork, the set, and the hand use and the punch here. First punch here, that left inside hand, bring the right hand as well. So again, one last look at it, the set, the independent hand use. I think that's one of the best reps of the day for James Daniels. Last clip, and I know I've repeated myself a lot in terms of on-body sets and off-body sets and independent hand use, but it's really important to understand and certainly important for this offensive line to execute on a consistent level, the basics of pass protection under Pat Meyer, the repetition, so it just becomes, muscle memory. Without thinking about it, that's when you're going to become a really good lineman. But this is a little bit different here in terms of what I want to show. This is going to be the 3-tech in the defensive end. They're going to run this stunt, but I don't think it was really a designed stunt. So what happens here is you can call this an off-body set. And so the way that Daniels teaches this often is, again, off-body set. We're going to set flat, two-hand punch, and we're going to try to snap the 3-tech out. We're going to try to basically wash him out and basically force the stunt. So the 3-tech gets snapped out. The DN's going to adjust here and stunt to the inside in a lot of cases. And if he stays outside, that's fine as well. You're going to create that pocket, and everything's going to be okay. So off-body set here, flat set, two-hand punch, snap that 3-tech out, force that DN to stunt inside and loop inside, and a nice job here by Daniels and Chukwuma for passing this off effectively, something they struggled, this whole line really struggled doing last week against Jacksonville. So a nice job here, off-body set. If this D-tackle spikes inside, two-hand punch and ride him down. If he wants to go outside, we're going to snap the 3-tech out, and then force that stunt here, communicate, pass it off well. Really good job here on the right side by James Daniels and Okorafor. But it starts with Daniels with a good punch here, good first contact, snapping the D-tackle out, and then adjusting, passing it off well. Tries to trap the arm here of number 2. I think he misses that punch there, but overall, a really good rep overall. So that's one of those things when those off-body sets, you're going to snap that 3-tech out. That's exactly what Pat Meyer wants. Again, a really high-level rep overall from James Daniels. One last look, and we'll conclude the video. So that will wrap up today's video. Again, progression, improvement, that's the key. Is it perfect? Is this line all the way there? Certainly they are not. Dan Moore had issues. Kevin Dotson, I need to examine a bit more. Kendra Green struggled in the second half. Daniels himself was not perfect either. Cole, probably a little bit worse actually this week than he was against the Jaguars. But you're seeing some more comfort. Certainly all eyes were on this offensive line. I think Mike Tomlin certainly made it clear this line has to get better. And then just to a man, to James Daniels, watching the technique, he looked night and day difference. Last week against Jacksonville, a mess. Completely uncomfortable, completely deer in the headlights. This week against Detroit, a lot more comfortable, a lot more technical. And you put those things together, I think Daniels had a pretty quality game in terms of the drop back pass sets overall. So hopefully that continues forward. Hopefully a guy like Dan Moore can show that progression, although the real test comes up here week 1, regular season against the Bengals, who have a good pass rush led by Trey Hendrickson. So that's certainly a name to watch there for Cincinnati. Appreciate you guys watching. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like this video if you have not done so already. Please subscribe if you have not done so already as well. Again, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Jesus fucking